Hello everyone and welcome back. Last run was disappointing. The run itself was great. What I did with the run, I did alright with it, but I threw it away at the end, and I did just throw it away. So this run, let's push for beating Hades. I'm going to pick a weapon that is going to be helpful for beating Hades, and I'm going to focus the entire build around that. We should do a Coronact run. We've not done a Coronact run for quite a while, but I need to start getting some Hades kills under my belt. I'm starting to get neurotic about this. I mean, Malphon is pretty good for beating Hades. Varatha, I think, is probably the way to go. Varatha is my favourite weapon. Varatha is a weapon I know how to use. Varatha is a weapon I know how to build around. Let's go with that. We'll do a coin purse opener because I don't care too much about forcing a specific Olympian. And let's get this run on the go. Ares. Oh, should have given him the bleeding nectar. Such force of habit to just pick those up straight away. Because on the main save, I've given nectar to all of the Olympians. Yeah. We've had good luck in the past with Special Inflicts Doom. By using it like that. Get in, inflict a Doom token, get out.
Welcome.
This is working. This is working nicely. Oop, missed. Do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, so my cautious tactic is that. But I want a point damage tactic as well. You need to go for both. And the hammer is probably going to be helpful in that. The spear has some pretty good hammer upgrades. I mean, all of the hammer upgrades are pretty good. Even the ones that do change the way your weapon behaves, they are still an improvement. They're just not a strict improvement. You're not making damage go up directly. You're making damage go up by doing something else.
You see that, Varatha?
I don't spin attack anyway, and that's fated, so I'm actually going to take that. I think the special would certainly be the better play here, but I'm going to be a little bit greedy for this run and go for that.
Thanks, Daedalus.
Because I generally mash the X button anyway, and I don't think there's much of a difference between mashing X, like I'm doing now, and holding it. So I won't accidentally start charging for a spin attack. And obviously, this is dash attacking holding X. This is dash attacking, well, dashing and occasionally mashing the X button. And you can see the different behaviours and how quickly you move, so you can see why I don't really like holding the X thing, but it fills out a list of fates, and it's not the end of the world. Extra damage on the special would be nice, but we'll probably get the damage on the special by putting some poms into that Doom boon. Demeter would be fine for getting a attack upgrade on the main attack. Chaos could give us something. I don't really rate Chaos that much. I think I probably want Demeter right now. Demeter's got some better options. We're just getting a build going. We need to get an idea as to how this build is going to beat Hades, and to do that we need to get an idea as to what this build is. Another trap hit there where I noticed I was jumping onto the trap just too late to do anything about it. Those are really irritating. Okay, Demeter, what are you going to offer us? Okay, the good cast, a good dash. Whenever you cast, damage foes around you and inflict chill. I'm actually going to go with the Mistral Dash right now. This is really good, but the incidental damage that this generates is helpful. It's also a good starting point for getting chill synergies, and if you know you've at least got one way to chill the enemy. And the slow effect that you get from chill is also very helpful for beating Hades, because anything that slows him down is going to make him a lot easier to handle. I'm getting... Yeah. I have ranged weapons too. Okay, so let's just keep my distance from this guy and finish him with the special. I've said a couple of times now, one run I do want to do is Exogryph forcing Ares and stacking Doom tokens, because you can't actually stack them in that sense, but you can get extra damage for each Doom token which you have on an enemy when the Doom token triggers. Alright, Ares is in here, gotta remember to give him some nectar, so that is a possibility. Just to clarify, that run has never done particularly well, but it's always fun. So it will be a fun little exhibition match, if nothing else. So I'm trying to hold X here because I want to focus this guy down. Yeah, I think that's where the hold X might come in more helpful, is situations like this where I just want to keep the enemy stun locked. Have some booze.
Please accept. You have my thanks, Lord Ares.
Okay, blood-filled vial, that's his keepsake.
In the name of Hades.
What do we get for his actual? Cast sends a blade rift hurling ahead. Your call turns you into an impervious blade rift. That's alright, it's not as good as Poseidon's call. I'm actually going to go with that. Straight upgrade on everything. So, survival room.
You really think you can get out of here?
Given this is Tartarus, yes. Yes, I do. So, the old Doom and Dash strategy, I think. Doom and Dash.
You're nothing.
Nice little twofer there. Oh no, I didn't. Just stuck on a corner there, didn't get punished for it though. That trap was a little bit of a dicey play. That was one where I realised I was dashing onto the trap in time to do something about it, which does happen. Okay, one pawn. So we can upgrade the Doom, upgrade the Chill, straight damage upgrade, but it's a small one. The Doom's doing work. We'll upgrade that. I might not upgrade it again. Sometimes there's diminishing returns, so we'll go for the gems. Don't need Charon's shop right now. There is something to be said for cashing out early. If we're doing a run like this where we basically want to be trying to get a build early and then refine it, visiting Charon's shop early and cashing in the Chthonic coin purse could be helpful. But I've decided against it. Sisyphus. I mean, extra health beats Hades more than Obel's health or darkness. So, actually, yeah. Sorry, Sisyphus. Extra health it is.
A fountain chamber. That's a relief.
Okay. Darkness or keys? We'll go with keys. Got to be careful about approaching projectile enemies like that straight on. Okay, the numbskulls aren't an issue. Okay, there's a fishing spot. So we've just got you lot to deal with out of this wave at least. Okay, got too close to that one. Yeah, the regular attack might be the better way of dealing with those.
Here, fishies. Right there.
And one knucklehead. All endgame resource. Right, let's get some healing.
It's him.
Alright, so if I play this one carefully, I should be able to come out of this well ahead of where I started. Started on 105. Come on, Varatha. This is where we prove why you are the superior weapon. Strictly better, A-list super tier weapon. The best weapon in the game, without a shadow of a doubt. It's empirically proven, scientifically, using science. Seriously, I used a microscope to confirm this, okay? That makes it totally legit. I'm not even keeping track of the score here. I've taken, what, 1 tick of damage so far, and that was from a trap. So, how did we end up? This looks like it's going to be the last one. Thanatos 2, Zagreus 25.
You have your own, I guess.
Held Maya.
To you, Zag.
Oh, they won't fear me.
Still, that little bit of extra max health that you get from beating Thanatos is definitely worth going for. But, as we've seen in the past, there are some builds where you're just not going to do it. Alright, Meg's up next. Do I want to push the health advantage even further or cash in at Charon now? Let's cash in with Charon and see what we get.
Charon's shot.
Ares boon. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be an Ares heavy run. I'll actually get the Ares boon first.
Should help keep me going.
Your attack inflicts doom. I don't care too much about that. I'd rather have a damage upgrade on the attack. Cast Sensible and Raid. Your doom effect deals more damage but takes longer to activate. That's fine. I'll take that.
It's me or them.
You see what I mean here? And the previous upgrade was about 40, now it's 28. So I'm going to go with Urge to Kill. That was a bit wasteful, but again, I want to be playing this as sharply as I can. I don't want to lose lives, and you never know if you're going to get a nasty fury.
Good job, Red Blood. You made it.
Wish you could join me, Electo.
Pretty sure that's some sort of like major plot relevant point, because it means that whatever Zagreus is, he isn't a god. So, because the gods in Greek mythology don't have blood. They have a silvery substance called ichor or ichor or however the hell it's supposed to be pronounced. So, what is Zagreus? Because he's the son of Hades, right? And Hades is an Olympian. Persephone, I think, is an Olympian? I don't know. I'm not read up on the classics. So, if both of his parents are Olympians, shouldn't he have silver blood? I don't know. Or maybe that's just a detail that Supergiant didn't want to worry about too much with in this particular game. Because obviously when you're dealing with a mythology like that, you pick and choose bits of it, rewrite bits of it.
She won't like this.
It's the way it goes when you're retelling these sorts of stories. But yeah, Electo, not too difficult.
Here's to a pleasant voyage of
I get the feeling we're going to get Ares anyway.
Passing through your secret hall.
So this is a chance to force someone to get a big hit on my main attack. Aphrodite, I think, is actually the best just for straight up damage. So let's go with her and see if she offers me an attack. Because that'll mean that I can put some good harm on Hades, and I've got plenty of time to get Poms on that if I want to upgrade it even further. This is all working, so don't need heals. I'll take a loot box. Stygian Shard. Okay. Ah, not quite enough for the Light of Ixion. I wouldn't have minded taking a Light of Ixion because frequently you'll get the Chaos Gate appearing on the first floor. And the first floor you never have a choice. You've always got exactly one option to pick. Whereas if you've got a Chaos Gate, you at least have a secondary option if you don't like whatever this is. In this case, a Pom is fine. Still got few enough boons that I can keep the level ups focused on what I want. There we go. Get the backstab in. This is a hold X moment, and then dash away. This is a hold X moment, and then dash away. Hold X moment. Careful, because they're going to come back. Dash away. And I get them both in a line so that I can stun lock them both at the same time. No, took some damage. Don't get too greedy. Grab the Pom. No, maybe. For its first level, maybe. But if I'm going to go for its first level, then the dash is probably going to be more helpful. Hermes or Coin? I'm actually going to go with Hermes.
All aboard.
There's nothing specific with Hermes I think is going to be helpful here, but an attack speed upgrade might be nice if I can get it. Failing that, you know, there's always... Hermes has always got something useful. So can I do a strat with these where I use the Doom and I just don't get too close? I can. Okay. That works. Hold X. Hold X to win. Okay, so yeah, attack speed faster, that's exactly what I was after. Greater evasion is helpful. I'm going to go with these. Hades tends to hit in terms of big hits. He doesn't do lots of chip. So negating 1 in 10 of his hits is not all that helpful. That sounds kind of counterproductive, but yeah, I mean, obviously smaller hits don't matter as much, but depends on how lucky you get. This could help fill me out. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. I haven't really got enough for the shop anyway, and this could fill things out nicely. So I think Ares just chucks AoE bombs down. Demeter puts down her calls all over the place. So I think Demeter's trickier to dodge, so I'm going to go with Demeter first. We get the opportunity for the cast again. That again. We're going to go with the Crystal Beam and start using the cast.
You wish to have a taste of what a war against...
Because honestly, that cast, again, if we're going Hades specific, then that cast is very helpful. Just for that ability for point damage. And picking it up quite early as we have means that there is plenty of scope to upgrade it. And also to get other boons. Demeter does another boon where the tracking speed of the cast is increased. And it also inflicts chill. If we can get that, really helpful against Hades, because as I've said, chill against Hades, extremely helpful. Slowing him down just means he can't attack as fast, he can't fill the arena with as much crap that you have to dodge. I'm not doing too well here though. Is this the last one? Yes. Okay. I want to do a bit better than that, but I can pick up a bit of healing.
How can I possibly remember?
Don't want him on the attack. I want Aphrodite on the attack. Rewarding failure. Okay, I'll take that.
This means war.
Artemis, not right for this build. Aphrodite, someone that we are after. Is this going to be Barge of Death? Yeah.
Time for another voyage aboard the Barge of Death.
Is there anything? Oh, right, you've got to go straight onto it. What would you rather hear on the Barge of Death levels, the kick-ass soundtrack or my prattling? Post a comment on this web zone. Attack, attack, attack. Yes! And epic level attack. Okay, set. Effing set. Check the others to be sure. No. No. Okay, that is what we were after.
Love and loss.
I mean, like, if we can hit Eurydice before the end of Asphodel, we're laughing, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's better. Okay, fall back, give these guys space, doom them. The regular attack now is also wonderfully, wonderfully nasty. Up the flank. Quick. Ooh, Okay, right, I'm just standing on a Hydra head for a moment there. Alright, I'm going to fall back, gather a little bit of space. A lot of enemies appeared and I wasn't used to them all. So, fall back, give room, pick where the fight takes place.
Phew. Delicious.
More damage on the main attack already? No, no. Okay, I don't really need any of these, but I'll go with that because first level obviously a lot more pokey than the rest. Feeling good. Yeah, don't want to get rid of any of those. Darkness or Nectar? We'll go with Darkness for some healing. Keep an eye open for Karen's shop. Preserve lives ahead of the Hades fight. Okay, excellent. Thank you, game. Much appreciated. So, not much healing out of the darkness, but we get some healing. And there's Karen's shop. Okay. You didn't hear me about Eurydice, though, did you? I mean, this should be fine for the Hydra fight. There is no reason at all why the Hydra fight should give me any trouble with this sort of build. Question is now, how much? 275 for everything, so I don't want the health or the Ares boon. I feel like... I mean, stacking the Doom tokens, as I was talking about with Exegriff, with this sort of attack, totally viable, but I've made my commitment to Aphrodite, so I'm actually going to go with the health.
Pleasure doing business.
And yeah, I'll empty the rest on gems. I still need a few more gems, and even if we don't need them, you can sell them for keys, and then sell the keys for something, and then sell something for something else. And then sell something else for a gubbin, and then sell gubbins for Titan Blood. How's that for damage output? I cannot complain about that. Okay, so I'm going to use the casts to start working on one of the heads while I work on another one. Get over there, and boom. Yeah. This is why I really like this cast. Poseidon has his call, Athena has her dodge, Demeter has that cast. Okay, get in, do the damage, mix in a little bit of the special. Okay, stage 4, same strategy as before. Use the casts to get in a quick bit of setup damage. Tana come back now, they will be reset. Excellent. Finish that job. Okay, that was a bit greedy. I saw that one winding up and I thought I'm just going to spam the cast. But of course when you cast there are a few frames of animation where you are vulnerable. So a little bit of damage I didn't need to take, but again I'm going to get plenty of darkness at the end of this, plus the fountain. Easy Hydra fight.
Enjoy your magma bath. Mine now.
Alright, this build is working fine. Doesn't really do crowd control, but it does crowd control like that. And, you know, the gust is not exactly unhelpful either. Passive... No, none of this is good.
Should I take the shot?
No, none of these. This is all fine. Okay, I think I'm actually going to try and avoid boons now. I've got a selection of stuff that works. If I can make it more powerful, then this should do the job. If this doesn't beat the game, then the problem is 100% behind keyboard and chair. There's nothing unusual about this build. There's nothing I'm unfamiliar with about this build. This is all on me. Alright. So slightly low damage is now starting to show, but again that's a characteristic of the weapon. So we play this cautiously and just special. Can you... I wonder if the Doom token applies when you recall it. I don't think it does, but... Can I resolve? Okay, and then... No, it does. Excellent. What was that about respecting these enemies and playing cautiously? Well, when there's just one of them on the screen, you can get away with stuff like that, and it's the best time to experiment, so... Now know, anyway. Okay. That was a bit dicey for a moment there. I was attacking a wall. Your dash strike hits 3 times, but your dash has less range. Don't like that. I rely a lot on my dash. Your special becomes a shot that deals 50 damage in an area. That is actually quite nasty. Your special... Right, I don't want to charge it. I'm going to go with the exploding launcher.
That'll do.
Yeah, so now I can just chuck the spear. I don't even need to recall it. What happens if I chuck it and then attack with it? Alright, so you don't even need to recall it in that sense. Nice. Okay, we're going to go with a pom. Again, power up what we've got, because what we've got is working. What we've got is very much working. Okay, yeah, I do need to get used to not being able to recall the spear. Y button is now a shot. Yeah, there we go. Okay. My nemesis is on the field. My nemesis shall be thoroughly thwarted by my chucking spears at him. Generally held to do the job. Especially when they come with a doom token. Okay. Nice thing about taking on the Wheels of Fire. With Varatha is, of course, you've got a bit more range than you do with Stygius. So you don't need to worry so much about catching yourself in their splash damage when they blow up. Speaking of Doom, do we want to get a bit more going with the Doom? Yeah, might as well. It's not had a level on it yet. I don't think it's doing that much work, but... I could get something from the shop. Let's see, B-coin? No. Do I want to chance this? No, there's literally no benefit to it. I don't want Poseidon. I don't want the shop, but I think I don't want to pick up a boon that's going to start attracting stuff. Mind you, Poseidon, I could do with a call, and this could be a chance to get Poseidon's call. If we can get Poseidon's call,
Come on.
we're golden. Ah, and of course, when it explodes, all enemies in the AoE get a doom counter. Lovely.
More coming.
That'll do. Now, if you turn around to face me, you're going to get hit by the cast, which apparently wasn't enough. More? More. Let's play this cautiously, because this special is now absolutely lovely. Very high damage on the initial hit, 64 to 114 depending on crit. 64 isn't high, but the Doom token as well really sells it. Just got to remember that in many cases it's still wise to use the main attack because you can block them. Hold X to win. Please be call, 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 please be call. Nothing good. Alright, fair enough. I'd be tempted to take that if I wasn't already pretty good for everything. Actually, no, I could take that. Yeah, I'm going to go with Sunken Treasure.
Hit the spot.
Full heal, and a lot of extra resources, and a nice chunk of darkness, which will be really helpful in unlocking the rest of the mirror. Hermes or health? I'd like to be on 200 health by now, and I don't think Hermes is going to be particularly beneficial. Okay, let's again treat a bit of caution, but also get in those Doom tokens. And we've got to be aggressive with the eyeballs as well, otherwise they're just going to come back. Stack it up, knock them down. Alright, so we've got another one of you buggers back over to the west. That's fine. We'll let him form a great big line, because I'm just going to sit here and chuck rocks. Well, spears. Oh, are there two? No, that's just the spiraling from their tracking of me. And another Ares, okay. There's still stuff I could get with Ares that could be helpful, so I'm not going to complain too much. Alright, here we go, proving. Can we beat Asterius and can we beat him handily? If so, we're well set for Hades.
You're nothing like these.
Kingfish.
That's nice of him.
No.
Again, sorry for those not wanting to... sorry for those wanting to track the story, but unfortunately these videos are quite long enough, even skipping the story as we do, so... okay, I'm trying to figure out which tactic I want to go for here, because either one works. Doing massive amounts of damage on the regular attack thanks to Aphrodite, but the special is also doing a great job of... oh, yeah, that was an awkward angle. Yeah, I think the special's DPS is definitely lower. But that's kind of what it was built around. This was going to be the safe way to attack an enemy. And I think it does that. It can be really difficult to dodge her, so I need to be using the main attack. If I try and fight Hades using that special alone as it stands, I'm probably going to end up getting past the point of making the fight longer and me... I'm picturing two curves in my head and there's a point where they both meet, and that's the point where I'm conserving... I'm fighting conservatively enough that I'm getting benefit without making the fight too long, if that makes any sense, and making the fight so long that I just give the enemy more opportunities to hurt me. I could get the call. Doom effect stacks. Yeah, I'm going to go with Doom effect stacks. I'm still hoping that I might be able to get a really good call in the last minute. I don't think I need the call. This isn't like it usually is on an Elysium where I'm complaining about the things I haven't got. I've got what I need, but obviously more is better. So let's try stacking some Doom. Yeah, it does seem to be pretty effective. Okay, and avoid the traps at the same time. Okay. Stack Doom and get out. Because this is a room that I have issues with. Okay, and now there are lots of enemies I have issues with as well. So, fall back. And play carefully. Let's get some casts down. If we're going to be fighting a long-ranged battle across this, I want some turrets. Okay, that's not going to be working. Let's just go for the aggressive approach. There we go. I think I lost about as much health as I usually do, but I at least played it a bit differently, so that's more experience and hopefully better next time. United Eye Core, yeah, I'll take that. And you know what, I will take the Hydrolite as well. Patroclus could be helpful here, but so could more max health. I think max health is going to be more helpful in the long run, and again, this is all about facing down Hades.
More splitters.
Okay, remember you can't stun lock them, so that was a really, really stupid play you just made. Didn't get punished, but doesn't mean it was any less stupid. Doom around, try and get rid of some of these more irritating enemies. Okay, cover. Aggression. Took a hit, that's fine. More max life, lovely. Pom, definitely. We've got plenty of coin. This could be a bit trickier than before. So what I'm going to do is be a little bit less dash happy in dealing with these. Okay. Smart. Okay, there's a lot of stuff around now that I don't like. We've got 3 of these buggers for a start. 2, that's helpful. It was a very chancy dodge, but these 2 are now standing together, so they will get doomed. The Exalted. Okay, they're all down, so now let's finish the job. Job finished.
Power of Olympus.
More damage on the cast, that's actually helpful. After slaying a foe, you're next. Yeah, we'll go with that. Artemis or Shop? I'll go with Shop. Purely because there might be a different boon there. I think I'm running out of helpful stuff Artemis can give. So let's power up what we've already got first. Okay, another buff on my main attack feels like a good idea. Yeah, out of everything there, it's definitely the best way forward. We're starting to get to the point of diminishing returns on that one now. Well, technically you're at that point straight away, but you know what I mean. Okay, Ares's... Okay, so the rare version of Ares's Call... I'm actually going to go for that. I've been talking about getting a call for a fair bit of this run, and I think realistically, I'm not going to get Poseidon's. I haven't seen Poseidon for a while. I could try forcing him in STYX, but ideally I want to be going into STYX with Skelly's Tooth, or the Old Collar, or whichever it is that's actually the helpful one. Yeah, those casts really helpful for dealing with Theseus as well, because if you can get one behind him, then obviously if he's facing you, then the cast can get in the hurt. But I'm going to be facing down Theseus and Asterius with the conservative tactics here, and occasionally putting down my casts. I'm going to put in a big power beam like that, because when they get onto one target, they can do a lot of damage. Obviously, tracking speed also means that you sort of want to be careful about where you move, because if you move carefully, you can ensure that your enemy stays in roughly the same perpendicular position for the cast. There's Ares' Call. There we go, a bit more damage on Theseus, thanks to the courtesy of the casts. I think I'm going to start splitting them up a bit now though, just because... Not put that one in a good spot, but it's better to have them in a spot and for it to not be good and pick them up a few seconds later than have them sitting in your inventory not doing anything. That's my justification anyway. But obviously I want to make sure that ideally I'm using the casts. Okay, getting the Doom stacks on this guy. Going back to the Civ days. Ah, can't charge me down. Ooh, that was close. Okay, nearly there. I've nearly got the call gauge maxed out as well. That'll be a nice thing to hit Theseus with once he goes into pinch mode. So let's make that happen. Okay. Come on, take damage. It's tricky because his shield blocks it all. Okay, so he's about to go in a pinch. He is now in pinch. Hit him with the special, hit him with the casts and the call. Nice. Played for and got. Now, to finish him off, the best thing is probably going to be to use the actual main attacks. That's where my DPS is. Use the specials to make sure I set up incidental, and there we go.
Who's champion now?
Whew. Okay, pick up my darkness, which is also a heal. Say hello to my most loyal fan. And on to STYX.
Another such performance soon.
Let's hope it's as good as that one.
Which one?
Skelly's Tooth, I think. At the very least, it's got a bit more leveling up to do. Maybe. I don't know, it depends on how much health I've already got, which isn't that much. So, but I do still have 2 extra lives, so I'm actually going to go with the old spiked collar. I think that is what's going to maximise my chances of survival here, rather than taking another life. Those are all fine. I have Lamia, don't need it. Alright, we should be fine here, and the small rooms that form the basis of the STYX level should favour this build really nicely. Not so much for the cast, but definitely for the dash attack. I can just fill this area with damage animations, and it should go through just fine. Aphrodite, Poms. I want to pick up some of those Poms. I've got quite a few boons now, but most of those boons have been pretty well chosen and focused, so they're all doing things. Let's start with another Pom then. Or do I want to start with the money? I don't think I'm going to get enough money together to get the 300 Pom, but that will get me the 100 Pom, so we'll start with that. And then maybe what will happen is, because I don't think your doggy snacks are ever on the first area that you check. So if we check this one first, we get the money, we get the Pom from the shop, and then we go and check the next one for the Pom, we get another Pom, and if that's the end of the level, we've got 2 Poms and discovered the end of the level very efficiently whilst maximising what we've got already. Whew, I hope that made sense. Whereas this way round, I don't know, does it make a difference which way around you do it, just so long as you're doing those 2 first? Those are your 2 first ones? You've got to check at least 2. I mean, I've sometimes found the doggy treats on the second area, never the first though. So it depends how those odds work out as well. That's a bit of healing, and I only need a little bit of healing, so I'll take that. I'm now at 1000 darkness as well, so that should be enough to unlock the 3rd life. Let's see if I can beat Hades without needing it. Okay. These guys are clustered, so, and they are also currently not stun lockable. They also can't climb up that little ledge. Eventually their pathfinding will lead them out and up the stairs, but in the meantime you can really do a lot of harm. And now his shield is down, I can just skewer it. Preserve the call for as long as possible. Again, got that little barrier now. If there are other enemies around, they don't seem to be coming to me, so this is a little bit of a cheesy, cheaty, exploity way of doing it, but I am absolutely fine with that. Right. Oh right, you can't actually go back up there when you're... Alright, well that was a whiff. Lesson learned. Let's get the Doom tokens down on these. You are close enough, and your shield is down. Shield on both of those down. Can I get an angle on both of them without being in the poison? Yes, I can. I'm just barely not in the poison, but...
That's something.
I mostly talk about Aphrodite's damage, but the weak is also helpful, especially against Hades. Alright, so we can pommel Poseidon. I'm going to pom.
Just what I need.
No. For the Hades fight, it's probably that.
Powered up.
Let's go for the next pom. And if it's not down here, then we're probably checking Aphrodite. Partly I don't want to be facing off against the elite corridors, but also I just don't really value what's down there. The extra health at this point would be nice, but that'll probably be what we go for if the doggy treats aren't down with Aphrodite or here. So it's just a question of priorities. I'll still want to try and pick up all the money I can as well, just in case there's other things in Karen's shop that can be of assistance. Okay, and then now at a hold X to win point. There we go. Last room. XCOM-like sort of, yeah, activate the pod carefully or spot the pod without activating it. This is working. Satyrs. Satyrs tend to stop things working. Okay, stun lock him. And use the spear and the cast to quickly finish this one off. Ooh, okay, right. There's my cure. Okay, multiple satyrs, but they are not armoured, so stay mobile, stay attacking them, and hit them with the blade rift. You can see that blade rift isn't quite as nasty in terms of raw damage as Poseidon's Call, but it is a lot more controllable. Unfortunately, when you come out of it, you're standing in something, you're going to suffer for that. So that was mostly fell apart at the end there when I was using the call, but that's fine. This is now well past the point of diminishing returns. You want you want the boon that upgrades this rather than chucking poms at it. Again, for the sake of the Hades fight, it's this. For most of the run, it would have been this, but
Better blessing.
nothing else in here. Okay. Not happy with how much damage I took there, but at least I can kind of see why I took it and I can do something about it. Okay, we'll go with another run. If we're really lucky, we might get 100 obols out of it, but I doubt it. And then the question is going to be whether or not I want to buy Poseidon or not. Do I want to reconsider my choices? No. Okay, hold X to win.
Something I can use.
United Ichor. I'm not going to take that because I keep complaining about my movement speed in the Hades fights. But then again, it's going to be less than 8 encounters because it will be at the end of this one and there isn't going to be more than 8 rooms. I'll take that. Again, this is the run where we beat Hades. So I'm going to take all of this. And rather than trying to chance buying Poseidon's Boon or the expensive Pom, which I probably won't get, I'll get a bunch of smaller benefits that I will get. I'm going to alternate between these to keep them both stun locked, because if either of them are allowed to get going, they'll cause trouble. Take out the giant mischiefs. I'm wondering what one would take of Aphrodite's here. Actually hold X to win. Because I played her obviously earlier for a damage buff.
A special treat for Cerberus.
Different league. That's what I was thinking of. Max health bonuses worth more this late in the run. We'll take that.
I feel fabulous.
It's not exactly helpful, but it's not nothing. Okay, so
Now for a chat with Cerberus.
How do I want to play this? Do I want to go in for another run of tunnels? I don't. I'm not going to get any more poms, so I might as well just get something out of this. God Gauge charges up faster. That could actually be really helpful. That, not so much. That, not so much. So yes, that. Alright. Let's finish this.
The guardian of
The tactic. Combination. This is going to be where most of the DPS is coming from. This is going to be when things are getting hairy. And this is also probably going to be something to help manage the skulls. And these... yeah. I wish they were doing better, but they're also probably going to be something that manages the skulls. In the early stages, they'll definitely be useful against Hades. In the later stages, though, without an upgrade, their tracking is just going to be awful and they're not going to be much help.
I'm back, Father.
You still have yet to...
It has been snowy night.
Come on. Come on, you. I'm going to start with the cheating SOB. Okay, got out. Use the Doom. I can afford to be cautious in these early stages, so... Okay, so the Doom is enough to kill them, but the delay on it means that you've got to hit them pretty much straight away if you're going to be playing with Doom in that manner. Backstab in.
This again.
Again, that was one of those, spotted it just before it was too late to, well, just when it was too late to do anything about it. Alright, so crowd control. We mentioned crowd control is going to be done by means of the specials AoE effects. So also, I'm going to have to use... Yeah.
I'll not indulge such outbursts from you, boy.
Okay, yeah. That wasn't exactly a lot of damage. Ares is cool. The main advantage is it makes you impervious for a while and you can get out of dodge if you're having trouble. But in terms of actual damage, it doesn't do a huge amount. It's also worth remembering that I'm pretty sure these mooks are Hades elites. They seem to have a lot more hit points than regular mooks. Get that in just because I wanted to. And manage his skull. Okay, we're back to mooks. So let's take care of the mooks. I do like the fact he doesn't respawn the mooks endlessly. It's a bit of a cheap shot, I think, in a lot of games with boss fights when mooks respawn endlessly. For this, it sort of like makes the fight have phases rather than just, oh, and now you've got to fight some other stuff as well. I do like this boss fight, for as much as I'm losing on it regularly. Okay, I'm going to have to shut up and focus because I'm going to pieces again. That will hopefully get me a little bit closer to finishing him down. You do get a nice little warning tone when it's coming to an end, but Doom on the skulls. In the Doom. Okay. So far, so good.
All right then, boy. You've stirred my anger suitably by now.
Oh, I just need to stretch. Okay, here's where we stick the landing. Alright, one life down, it's fine, we've still got more to go. Come back with 138, so yeah, the old spiked collar was definite, no, it wasn't definite, because I come back twice with 38 each, so that means what, just over 70 something health, so yeah, I probably would have been better off with the collar. Sorry, not the collar, the tooth. Glad to know I'm not the only one who can whiff on my special attacks. There's some space to run to. Okay, focus. click that a little bit too late. Oh god, no, 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 don't. Come on. That's gonna blow. Missed.
Enough of you.
That one's gonna blow. Okay. I need to do better at avoiding. Right, this is where I either commit to going completely aggressive or I acknowledge that I can't beat him that way and play conservative. I've got to play conservative. I've got so... There are multiple ways to be conservative. Okay, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Whew. Yeah, that last bit is really nasty.
I told you that.
But nevertheless, there we are.
Wait, I don't.
I know your question.
Again, skip the story. Those of you who really want to see it, you can probably pause the video at exactly the right frame, maybe. Or you can play the game, or there'll be other Let's Players. And here's our clear screen. Finally cleared the game. 36 minutes. Obviously the video is a lot longer than that because of my deliberations, but it's still coming at under an hour. So let's just quickly show what else comes. We've got the Titan Blood for beating Hades. Starting from the next run, we'll also get the Pact of Punishment to make runs harder and be able to get more bounties. And yes, the first time you do this, it is a bit of a slog. So I think we'll leave it here. These videos are about the runs more than anything else. But thank you for joining me, and of course I will be putting more up. There will be another one tomorrow. We have only just scratched the surface of what's going on here. Completing a run, that is nothing. See you tomorrow.